Hey, Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to talk about the difference between urgency and desperation. Let's get to it. When people decide to take action, whether it's your client or my client, usually they fall into one of two categories. They're either really embracing urgency, right? They're ready to move, they're ready to act, or they're in a place of desperation where they're reactive, they're scrambling, they want somebody to kind of rescue them. Now, admittedly, for many years, really for the better part of 2 decades, I've kind of accepted both with open arms, right? I love working with owners who have that level of urgency. They're the ones who get the best results. They're the ones who are always the most focused. They're the ones who are implementing and executing in a matter of days, not weeks or months. But at the same time, I think the person who wants to be empathetic and helpful in me would come out and work with people who were in a place of desperation. And to be fair, so much of the marketing that we've seen online preys on that, right? Like so much of the gym owner marketing. I mean, there are even businesses that use rescue in their brand name. There are businesses that promise these incredible outcomes. Hey, we're going to get you 100 clients in the next month or whatever else, that prey on desperation. People that are really not wanting to take responsibility for themselves, and they're really trying to hand this responsibility off to other people. So I want to talk with you about the differences in these two kind of places of action. And you can start to think about, okay, how do I speak to the person that I want to attract? I know for me, as my business has grown, as my business has moved forward, I'm definitely pairing off the desperation piece of it and focusing entirely on the people who have urgency, whether they're a training gym owner, a sports performance business owner, and a few even health practice owners. Those are the people that we're really excited about because those are the people we get the best results for. So here are a few things that you can use to help delineate and decide which group you want to serve. Because I think a lot of people in our industry have taken the approach that I've historically taken and cast a really wide net and said, well, I can help them. I can help everybody because we get into this wanting to be helpful. We want to be servant owners, right? We want to be able to have an impact, but sometimes you got to help those who are ready to be helped. So here are a few things that we can focus on to help delineate between the two. So the first one is understanding that urgency is when somebody, an owner, a client, they're ready to operate with intention. They're ready to take action. They're committed to embarking on a process, right? On the other hand, desperation is when somebody's just looking for somebody to rescue them. They're saying, hey, do all this for me. I'm unwilling to do it for myself. And maybe they're willing to throw money at a problem, but they're not necessarily willing to take personal responsibility and lean into taking the role of the person who can essentially move themselves from where they are to where they want to be with the right guidance, support, resources. And keep that in mind, right? Because if you have somebody coming into your facility that's looking to be rescued, if something goes wrong, it's probably going to be your fault, right? If somebody wasn't consistent, then it's on you. You didn't hold them accountable enough. You didn't provide enough time slots. If somebody is not eating supportively outside the gym, you didn't provide them the right meal plan. You didn't provide something that they could execute and customize to them. If they're not doing the things at the level that you want when they are in the facility or the level needed to get results, it's probably because of coaching. Whereas the people who operate with intention and are proactive and take personal responsibility may be really assertive in seeking you out and looking for more clarity, looking to move faster. But they're going to take responsibility. They're going to implement. Like I'd mentioned earlier, they're going to move in a matter of days or even hours in some cases. They're not going to wait around weeks. They're not going to be the people that you have to chase down and kind of drag kicking and screaming to the place that they need to be to move forward. And along those same lines, people who operate with urgency take ownership. They know that, hey, this is on me and I need to become a certain type of person that gets the outcomes that I want before I actually have earned the right to have those outcomes. And it's really refreshing. I think we all want to work with those people now. And sometimes it gets a little bit confusing, right? Because when I ask people like, hey, what do you want in a client? Hey, I want people who are consistent and motivated and focused. And I mean, if they were all those things, they may not always be in the market looking for help, but they need to be willing to take ownership of becoming those things, right? If somebody already has all the habits they need to have, unless they just need a change of scenery, they're probably not seeking out new help, right? But if they understand that that's who they need to become in order to get the results that they want to get, those are the people that we're excited about. Those are the people that I think we get the best results for. And you can usually ask the right questions early on in that kind of discovery process, and you're going to find out, like, are they looking for somebody to just throw them a life preserver? Are they looking for somebody to pass all the responsibility off to? Or do they want to take responsibility? Because whereas the people who have urgency take ownership, the people who are desperate always pass the buck. They always blame somebody else. They blame the circumstances. They blame their last three gyms. They blame their work environment. They'll say, I didn't have time versus I didn't make time, right? So keep in mind when we're working with people, don't get caught up in where they are today all the time. Don't when we think about our best clients, we're seeing the people who are already many steps forward in their journey, right? But we need to think about who they were when they came to us. And odds are they were people who took ownership. They were people who operated with urgency. They were people who had the potential and the desire to become the type of person who is getting the results that they're getting. And then really the third piece of this to delineate between the two when you're thinking about the clients that you want to attract is, I believe, urgency attracts opportunities and desperation repels them. Like people can just sense it, right? Like nobody wants to engage consistently with that person who's desperate and always wanting to pass the buck and having everybody else do everything for them. Whereas the people who operate with urgency, we're excited about those people. We're excited about working with them because we know that, hey, if we give them the right tools and the right guidance and the right support, they're going to thrive. So I would encourage you, when you're putting your marketing together to attract the people that you want to attract, I would strongly encourage you to speak to people who have a lot of the traits that you want and also are attracted to becoming the type of person that gets the results you want. Not just people who are just desperate and looking for this immediate gratification with as little work as possible and just saying, okay, if I trade you a little bit of money, I can really pass the buck on all things when it comes to being responsible for getting the outcomes that I need to get. So hopefully that's helpful to you. I see it a lot in our industry, right? Like we have people talk about, hey, I need to attract a certain type of client, or I want to attract a certain type of client to build the business that I want to build. Or I see it with people that I deal with, and it really can often be defined as people who operate with either desperation or urgency. And if you put the right message out there, you can attract one and repel the other. And if you're putting together your marketing plan for 2026, that's what I'd encourage you to do.